Welcome back to Kiki Loves Nigeria. Hey, on this episode of Kiki Loves Nigeria, we're going to talk about another romance scam. But this romance scam, this is a doozy, y'all. This one left the victim robbed and held hostage in Nigeria for over a year. Yep, you heard me. This person was robbed. She was held hostage in Nigeria for over 1 year. And the person who kidnapped her and robbed her and assumed her identity and did all this to her was her husband. Her husband that she met online, that she met on Facebook. Yep. So let's talk about this, y'all. Let's talk about this one. So, where does this story take place? This story is going to take place in Lagos, Nigeria. And this story takes place from, it seemed like she met him, I'm not going to say 2019. I believe she met him a little bit before 2019. So let's say she met him in 2018. But the story finally came to a head in 2020. And again, this story is about an American lady who was lured to Nigeria of getting married to her dream man that she met online on Facebook. And instead, she was kidnapped and she was held hostage for over 1 year. This is a story about a 46-year-old American lady whose identity we're going to keep secret for this video because she has never revealed her identity in any of the stories that I've seen. So we're going to respect her wishes and keep her identity hidden for this story. And for the purpose of this story, we are going to call her Miss America. So, Miss America lived in Washington, D.C. And Miss America was 46 years old. And Miss America was feeling lonely. So just like a lot of people in America and a lot of people around the world, Miss America decides she's going to go online and she's going to start a whole social network online. So she begins to socialize on Facebook. Miss America meets a Nigerian man while on Facebook. And this man lives in Lagos, Nigeria. They talked and they text and they talked and they text on the internet for a while. They were madly in love with each other. So they decided the best thing to do, well, the next natural thing to do would be to get married. They were in love. They decided they wanted to get married. So they decided she would come to Nigeria and they would meet for the first time. And for that first meeting, they would get married because that was her dream man. And she wanted her dream wedding in Lagos, Nigeria. So Miss America knew she was retiring from working as a civil servant. So she decided just to wait a little bit and then she would retire and she would go to Nigeria and get married. So that's what she did. So in 2019, in February of 2019, her retirement was complete and she decided the time is now for me to move to Nigeria. So she said, why not retire and why not go to Nigeria and get married all in the same year? So she said she would go there and she could spend time with her husband and she could also spend time in her new homeland, in the motherland, Lagos, Nigeria. Her husband was originally from Imo State. And he was a well-educated man. He had a degree in business management, and he was well-versed in all types of business. So, needless to say, Miss America was impressed with her new husband. Well, husband-to-be. He's not quite her husband yet. So, he's from Imo State. He's well-educated. He has a business administration and management graduate degree. And she felt like with that, accompanied by her retirement check, Miss America thought they would be able to live a very, very comfortable life in Nigeria. So Miss America said goodbye to her family, goodbye to her friends, and she left. She left America to start her new life in the motherland with her new husband. America arrives in Lagos, Nigeria in February of 2019. The trip starts very well. Miss America is having the time of her life. They began to plan their wedding. The wedding day was set for May 19th, 2019. And they both could hardly wait. They were both filled with excitement, ready to start their new lives together. When May of 2019 arrived, the wedding was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was more than Miss America had ever imagined. Both were on top of the world. Well, at least Miss America thought they both were on top of the world. She had had her dream wedding in Lagos, Nigeria. She had married her best friend. Miss America felt like she couldn't ask for anything else. In her eyes, nothing could go wrong. That is, until her husband changed. Her husband began to become moody. He began to withdraw. He wasn't interested in having any conversations with her or about her. Then all of a sudden, they were in Lagos now. They were in Lagos in a really nice apartment, okay? Then all of a sudden, he wants to move. He wants to relocate to a place she's never heard of. Well, she doesn't feel comfortable doing this. So she's telling him, no, I don't want to do this. Well, he beats her up, okay? And after he beats her up, he takes control of her finances. He takes control of her social media outlets. He takes control of her credit cards. He takes control of her debit cards, okay? So at this point, she's scared of him because he's turned into somebody she has never seen and somebody she did not expect to show up. So he had already jumped on her. So she was not going to say anything else because she was scared he might jump on her again. So he took her and they moved to some place called Marin. Now Marin is a village. It's inside of Lagos, but it's like on the outskirts of Lagos. This is a small area in Lagos, okay? Very small. Everybody knows everybody. So people are aware that there is this lady who is there, that there's this American lady who never comes out, and people are starting to talk. And you know what people are starting to say. Starting to say that this lady is being held hostage in this hotel room by a man who's pretending to be her husband while he's assuming her identity, collecting her retirement check, using her credit cards, using her debit cards, contacting her family and her friends, pretending to be her, trying to get money from them. Yes, trying to get money from them. Everything. He's doing everything that he can to assume her identity and take her money. Before it is done, people, he took $48,000 from her. She was held hostage for 15 months. So for over a year, this man held her hostage. And the way she got away, well, remember I told you it's a small town. This is the third time I told you, because it's important that you know that. This is a small village. Everybody talks. So no one had seen this lady. And they knew this man was spending lots and lots of money, and they knew it had to come from this American lady. So the Lagos police describes this man as a good citizen. They said this man came to them, who was a good citizen, and told them about this American lady who was in Moran, and that she's being held hostage at a hotel, and this man is beating on her. And also, this is the terrible, terrible part. Other than beating on her and taking her money, this man is having his way with her whenever he wants to. Now just imagine that, y'all. Out of everything he's done to her, he's having his way with her. And this man told that. He went and told the police that. And then the Lagos police went to this hotel. To the hotel, they found Miss America, and she was truly traumatized. They got her up out of there. They got her back to the United States, and they arrested her husband, the kidnapper, They arrested him for kidnapping, and they arrested him for extortion. Now, I got a couple of questions. Oh, I meant to tell y'all, when this article was published, he was arrested and he's still in jail, but he has not been sent to prison, because when this article was published, he was still waiting to go to trial, okay? So he has not yet went to trial. So I want to know, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about this story? Do y'all think there was something Miss America could have done to stop this from happening? Do y'all think that Miss America set herself up for this? Do y'all think she just put herself out there and just set herself up to be taken advantage of and kidnapped and her identity stolen? Do you guys think she again opened the door for all of this to happen? Or do you think Miss America was not prepared for the realities and the risk of being in a relationship with an African man? So tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all think. Drop y'all comments in the comment section and tell me what y'all think. Because I don't know. I don't know. I feel like maybe this lady was lonely. And I feel like the loneliness got the best of her. Because I feel like when you're lonely, you don't think right. Loneliness alters your brain. And we're going to talk about that later. It truly does. And I think this loneliness altered her brain, and she wasn't thinking clearly. And I think she just wanted this ideal of this love that he presented to her to be true, that she just fell for it, that she didn't think it through. Because when you're on that drug, like I tell you, called loneliness, you can't think clearly. You can't make wise decisions. That's why it's so very important to always keep friends and families around. And one thing I notice is the common denominator in all of these women is that they cut off friends and family. All right, y'all, I got 2 more, believe it or not, kidnapping cases in Nigeria of romance scammers. And I'm going to present those because I feel like each woman deserves to have her story told. And each story is a little different. Each story is a little different. All right, y'all. So tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all think about this one. I can't even imagine. But I could see how it could happen in Nigeria. I could see how it could happen in Nigeria. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. This was another sad one.